Yeah. So which services as of now we learned in the AWS?
EC2
EC?
2
Yeah. EC2 means?
Elastic Compute Cloud.
Okay. Yeah. It's a EC2 instance we learned. AWS services. So what we learned? EC2 EC2 service. So today we learn about the
I
IAM. So what is IAM, guys?
Identity
Identity
Access
Access
Management.
Management. So what is that, guys? So identity access management is is nothing but in Linux
Administration.
Linux user
Administration.
user administration user administration. Guys, understood? So the user's administration. So what are the what we learn in the user administration in the Linux? Yes. So what we learn in the user administration?
Creating
Hmm. Creation of
users
users and
authentic
groups,
groups.
right? So in the Linux user administration, we learned about the creation of users and the groups. Now you understood, right, guys? What is user and what is the group? What is the group? So here also, so we have a two types of users. Here also we have a two types of users. Two types of users. IAM. So what are the users are there? Here we have two users are IAM user and a
Root user.
root user. You see, guys. So while authenticating AWS, we have a two users. One is a root user. The second one is IAM user. So the first one is a root user. The first one is a root user. The second one is the, guys, tell me, IAM user. Yeah. So the user authentication, AWS console authentication will be two types. One is so you can connect with the IAM user or you can connect with the root user. So root user is a root user account owner that perform tasks requiring unrestricted access. Unrestricted access. But IAM user within an account that performs daily tasks with the restricted actions. Why is that? So restricted access. So for example, guys, So for example, so all the administration users are the root users. All the administrator, cloud administrators who are cloud administrators are having the root access. What is that access? Are having the root access. So the normal DevOps, DBA, development team, developers. So we'll have the IAM access. So we'll have the IAM access. So for example, a DevOps guy having only a read only access. So read only access. DB having only RDS access. Only RDS access. So for example, developer only EC2 access. Only EC2 access. EC2 access. Guys understood? For example, DevOps guy only read only access. DBA guy is having only RDS access. Developer having only EC2 access. Cloud administrator having the root access. So IAM access is nothing but a specific permissions provided to a particular people is nothing but a IAM access, identity access management. Same like as a root user, same like as a the Linux normal user and root user. Root user can do anything, but normal user having a some certain limit of permission. Same like as a IAM also. Same like as a IAM also. Guys understood? Guys understood or not?
Okay, bro.
Okay, right? Yeah. Uh, for console access, so we will provide the username and password. Username and password, right? For the programmatic access, so we need a access key. We need a access key and a secret key. We need a access key and a secret key. So because of in the programming, we need to connect to the databases, or we need to connect to the EC2 instances. We need a user. We need a particular user to connect the application. The programmatic access and the CLI access for the CLI also we need access key. Guys tell me, access key and secret key. Guys understood? For the programmatic access, we need a for programming in the development of the code. We need a user to access that server. So that time we use the access key and secret key. For CLI also we need a access key and a secret key. We need a access key and a secret key. Now you understood, guys? So when we will use the username, password, and when we will use the access key and secret key. So while connecting the console, so if you want to access a double authentication, so multi authentication, so we use multi authentication purpose, we use the MFA, multi-factor authentication. So multi-factor authentication means, so we can connect, we can log into the console. Uh, we need to provide the two passwords. So we need to provide the two credentials. So one credential, the first credential, and the second credential. So one is password. For example, one is a password. The second one is mm,
Fixed
app.
return.
Yeah, app authentication. So multi-factor authentication or AWS authenticator app is there. We can connect to that one, and we can provide the we can get the password for the that and we will provide that authentication, the password to that console. Then we will access this authentication. So why? For securing, for more securing purpose, we are using the multi-factor authentication. So for more securing purpose, we are using the multi-factor authentications. Guys, understood? It's simple, guys. Very easy. IAM is not very difficult. IAM is not a difficult because of the user administration. So it is a very easy, guys. It is a very easy. Just very easy, guys. Very easy. So because of the user administration, the user administration. But apart from users and groups, we have a users groups, roles, policies, roles and policies. We have a roles and a policies. So we'll show you, guys. We'll show you. Yeah, guys. Now you understood the basic things about the user IAM, right? Guys, understood or not? Venkatesh Reddy, Vinay, Funny, Lavanya, Chaitu.
Yes, bro.
Understood, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So what we will learn in this introduction to identity and access management, understanding the IAM console, creating and managing the security groups, creating and managing the users, managing the user passwords and secret keys, managing the user passwords and secret key, creating and managing the roles, understanding and managing the policy, understanding the multi-factor authentication, login process. Multi-factor authentication, login process. MFA is nothing but a multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication. So what is IAM? Guys, what is IAM? IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. IAM is a web services that enable you to manage users and group permissions in AWS. IAM is a web services that enables you to manage users and groups permissions in the AWS. So it is targeted at organization with multiple users. It is targeted at organizations with multiple users. In the organization, we have a multiple users or a systems that we use products such as the Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud or Amazon Relational Database Services or AWS Management Console. So we need to provide the access to the multiple users. So why we go for IAM? To avoid a security and logistical headache. To avoid a security and logistical headaches. DBS guys only we need to provide the RDS access. A developer only we need to provide the EC2 access. A DevOps only we need to provide the read only access. So for the security, to avoid the security and the logistical headache, so when we are create a AWS account, it has permission to do anything and everything with all the resources. So IAM allows you to limit access and access as needed and gives you the peace of mind that approved people for accessing the right resources in the desired manner. Right resources in the desired manner. So why we go for IAM? IAM will allow us to create multiple users with individual security credentials and permissions. With this IAM, each user is allowed to do only what they need to do. What they need to do. Why we go for IAM? Each user in AWS account must have a unique set of credentials to access the console. So each user in the AWS account, each user in the AWS account must have a unique set of credentials to access the console. To access the console, must have a permissions to access the console. For example, these all are the AWS access guys. So what is IAM? Different types of users have different set of permissions. So administrators, system operators, developers, DevOps engineers having different types of permissions. Administrator, we need to access all the AWS resources. What is that? Administrator, we have all the AWS resources. So administrator need to access all the AWS resources, all the AWS resources, Amazon EC2, RDS, 3 everything. Developers need only access the Amazon Elastic Computer Cloud. What is that, guys? Developers only access the EC2. Developer need to access only the EC2 access. So we can use IAM to create. We can use IAM to create a unique user for each employee and their permissions. So something like Adeli, Bob, Dow. Adeli is the administrator, Bob is the system operations, developer is the something like a Chaitu. So what is a group? So I already told you, right, guys? User, group, policies and roles. A group is a collection of IAM users. A group is a collection of IAMs. After you set the permissions on a group, those permissions are set to all the users in the group. After you set permissions on the group, these permissions are set to all the users in the group. Even if we create a user, even if we create a user, we need to use the groups to set permissions. Even if we create a user, we need to use groups to set the permissions. So we need to manage access for numbers if groups instead of managing access for every individual users. Even if we create a user, we need to use the groups to set the permissions. We need to manage the access for number if the groups instead of managing access for every individual user. Every individual user. So administrator access provides a full access to AWS services and resources. Creating a group. So creating a group. Create group. Select the IAM from the console. Identity access and management. You can select it and create the groups. So we have a groups, users, roles and policies. Roles and policies. You can use the new group, admin group, attach the policy. What is the policy, guys? A policy is nothing but a access. A policy is nothing but a access. So we need a administrator access, EC2 full access, or whatever the access. A policy is nothing but a access, guys. So policy is nothing but a access. Review the group. Group is created and attached to the policies. Create a new group. So AWS admin. So AWS admin having the administrator access. Changing the group name also. We can change the edit group. Select group actions, delete group. We can add group, create group, modify group, delete group. Adding users to the group. Select the group actions, add the users. Group actions, add the users. Select users to add the group. Yeah, so we added the groups. Now you understood, right, guys? Policy, groups, and users. Groups and users. Every user, every user we can create a console access and access key, secret key. So you see, guys, access key and secret key. We will create the access key and secret key. So deleting a user, we can delete the user automatically. We can manage the user, manage the passwords. So manage the passwords. So managing the access key and secret key. I will show you guys. I will show you, no worries. So use the default password settings. So we can check the password settings also. So we can use the understanding the roles, guys. So we will create a role called as a sysadmin role. DevOps. The role is DevOps, guys. The cloud administrator or a sysadmin's role. Select the role type. So AWS services roles. So what are the roles we need to create? EC2 service roles, EC2 instance. You can select the number of roles, services to add the role, attaching the policy to the role. So we can attach the policy to the role. So deleting the role, we can delete the roles. So multi-factor authentication, guys. So multi-factor authentication or MFA provides additional security by requiring users to use a password and the authentication code from the external device. External device. MFA is especially recommended for the AWS root accounts and the account with administrator permissions, since they have access to all your AWS resources, right? AWS resources. So something like a login process, a parent account to the IAM child account. So authenticate access key, MFA keys, we can use the keys and to authenticate the resources. Guys, understood? Very simple, guys. So very simple. Roles are a role is nothing but a DevOps role or a Linux administrator role or a cloud administrator roles. These are the roles. Roles will attach it to the policies. Roles will attach it to the policies. Is understood? Yeah. So still I'm logging as a AWS as a root user. So because of I'm not creating any groups or users. You see, guys. So this is the EC2 instances. This is the compute service. In the compute service, it will the default region is North Virginia. So then I'm searching for the IAM. What is that? IAM. You see, guys. So IAM user is the global permissions. What is the user permissions are global, but EC2 services are specific to the region. But the user IAM access is a global access. IAM access is a global access, guys. Users, groups. You have a DevOps engineer group, right? So I'm deleting the group. DevOps engineers. Users. I'm deleting the users. We can delete the users. Delete the users. I'm deleting the users roles. So these are the default roles. Policies. So policies are you can create your own policy, or the default policies are already created. Default policies are already created. Yeah. First you can go to the groups. What is that? Do you have any group? No, there is no group, guys. So DevOps group. What is that group name? DevOps groups. Add user to this group. There is no users, so we are not adding. Attach permissions. Attach permissions names policies. So what is the policy we need to provide? For example, administrator access. We are providing the administrator access, or something like EC2
full access. What is that, guys? EC2 full access. Yeah. So you see, guys, Amazon EC2 full access. It will supports only the EC2 or something like RDS. RDS, Amazon RDS full access. So only RDS, guys, only database we need to access. So we need to access. Same like we have a 9224 policies are. So you can use that policies and you can attach it to the user array group. You can attach it to the user array group. Now you understood? So I need a administrator full access. Yeah. So this is the so this is a administrator access. You can check the policies. So what are the access analyzer, account activate, MP, Alexa, app runner, application auto scaling, everything we can use it, guys. Means before it is administrator full access, but why it is not showing? Yeah, I'm taking the administrator access policy. Next, create the group. So user group name DevOps. User group name is DevOps. Create a group. Guys, understood? DevOps group is created. So the users, no users, permissions. So what are the permissions? Administrator access, access advisors. So access advisors, there is no access advisors. Yeah, go to the users. Yeah, create a user. So what is the user we are trying to create? Something like AWS EC2 access. What is that? AWS EC2 access or something like Hari. What is the user? Provide user access to the AWS console. Yes, we need to. So provide a user access to the AWS management console. Yes, provide a user access to the AWS management console. Yeah, specify the user in identity center recommended. So I want to create a IAM user. Specify user identity center recommended. Yeah. So I'm creating a access. So auto-generated password or custom passwords uh, must be at least 8 characters long, must include at least 3 of the following mix of the character types: uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers and symbols. Numbers and symbols. Guys, understood? So I'm giving red hat @123. I'm giving the red hat @123. User must create a new password at the next sign in recommendation. So next sign in recommendation. So it's the same like as a in AWS chage hyphen 0 hyphen D0, the number of days password expire. It's the same like as user must create a new password at next sign in. So next sign in. Guys, understood? And next create. Mm, So add user to the group. Which user, guys? A DevOps user. Or copy permissions. Attach policies directly. No, we already attached the policies, right? So the permissions are create. Yeah, guys. User is created. Console details. This is the console details, guys. You guys can copy this console and paste to the console. Paste to the console. Yeah, guys. So what it is accessing the sign in as a IAM user or sign in as a root user. Sign in as a IAM user, sign in as a root user. Let's try, guys. What is the user, guys? IAM user Hari. What is the IAM user? Hari. Password is red hat. Sorry. Red hat @123. Yeah. So what it is asking, guys? It is asking the reset the password after first login. Same like as a red Linux, guys. 123. I'm setting as a CentOS @123. CentOS @123. Yeah, my password is changed because of administrator provide the default password, guys. Administrators so provides the default passwords. You can use that password and reset password if you want. You guys see, guys. So easy to access. Yeah, I'm able to access the EC2, guys. I'm trying to access the services. VPC. S3 bucket 8. Which access, guys, we provided? I think we need. Oh shit. I'm logged in as a root user, guys. 1 second. Which permissions I provided? Let me check. Yeah, administrator access. So administrator access, right? I'm giving the creative user. Cheat user, providing a console access. I want to use my password, custom password. What is it? Red hat. There it 1, 2, 3, 4. Red hat @123. User, you not must change the password. Okay. No. Copy, attach the policies directory. EC2 full. Amazon EC2 full access. Next. Next. Chetu, can you access this one? Chetu? Chetu there?
వేరే వాళ్ళు అడగచ్చు కదా, నేను ఫోన్ నుంచి దీని నుంచి అయ్యాను.
Super, no super. Everyone funny, Venkatreddy, Vinay, I think you guys are logged in through mobile or you guys are logged in through laptop. Who is logged in from laptop, guys?
Yeah.
Vinay.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
I already pasted in the chat, right? Or let me
Okay.
paste it in the chat. Can you access this?
Yes.
Yeah. You can click on this and user is Chaitu. Password is
Red hat one.
no. The password is
Red hat కాదు.
yes.
మీరు చేంజ్ చేస్తారు, దీంట్లో చేంజ్ చేయలేదు.
Red hat @123. నేను అది చేంజ్ చేయడానికి ఏం పెట్టలేదు, సో యూ కెన్ డైరెక్ట్లీ కనెక్ట్. యూజర్ నేమ్ ఈజ్ చైతు. వినయ్,
Yeah. Yes, yes, I'm also doing that.
స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేస్తాను, స్టాప్ చేయను.
Yeah.
షేర్ చేయండి స్క్రీన్. You can share your screen.
Guys, can you see my screen?
1 second. Yes, EC2 connect చేయండి. Can you please search in the search bar?
Sure.
You can search it in the EC2, right? The search bar, you can search it directly. EC2, or else there is a recently you have accessed that EC2. Yeah, now you can click it. So what access I provided to you? Only EC2 full access. So now you're able to access the EC2 full access, right? Are you able to access the full everything? Now you can check it the S3 bucket or IAM, whatever the maybe, whatever the services. Can you go to that services again? Yeah, check it that IAM or S3 search bar. In the search bar, you can type it S3. Yeah, S3. Yeah, click the S3. You can try to create a bucket. Why here? I give you only. So can you refresh it again? Yeah, can you search it IAM or whatever the services? Okay, I attached it to the DevOps group, right?
Yes.
I think. Let me check, guys.
The group has a full administration.
One
That's
second,
why.
one second.
Yeah, IAM is access denied.
IAM is access denied, right?
Yes.
So let me check from my side, which access I gave to you. What is the user name, guys? Users, continue. Chaitu, AWS full access, and you are related to group. No, you are not related to any groups. DevOps groups. Only Hari user is there. You have only Chaitu, you have only permission to AWS full access. You are not able to access that S3, right? Can you try to create a S3 bucket? Go to the S3.
It's coming.
Okay, create a bucket. You can search it anything. You can search any. So I provided only Amazon access, right? Only EC2
Yeah.
access. So you can search the any services. Route 53. RDS access, RDS. You can check the RDS. Weird, why you access this? Databases. Database instances, DB instances. Yeah, you see,
Yeah,
guys.
it's
Showing, right? You're not authenticated
Yeah.
to perform the databases. So this is the access. I think we are unable to access the S3 bucket also. We cannot access the S3 bucket also, but don't know. Yeah, guys, the same way permissions you got it, right? So I'm provided only the EC2 access. You only access the only EC2. You cannot perform any actions on apart from that EC2. Yes, understood? So that is nothing but I provided only the EC2 full access. Yeah, you can stop sharing. I'm sharing my screen to you guys. Guys, understood, right, guys? So I provided only the Amazon EC2 full access, but in the users, so Chaitu is not related to any group. So he is not related to any groups, security credentials. So these are the security credentials. Yeah, so this is a multi-factor authentication. What is that, guys? Assign a multi-factor authentication. You can assign the multi-factor authentication and the access key, access keys. Multi-factor authentication. Use MFA to increase the security of your AWS environment. Signing in with the MFA requires authentication code from the MFA device. Each user can have a maximum of 8 MFA devices assigned. 8 MFA assigned. Access keys. Access keys are use access keys to send programmatic calls. So developers use for the programmatic call purpose, we can use the access keys to AWS calls to the AWS. From the AWS CLI, AWS tools for PowerShell, AWS DKs, direct AWS API calls, you can have a maximum of 2 access keys at a time. What is that? AWS CLI. AWS CLI purpose also we can use the access keys. What are the access keys? Access key and secret key. No access keys as the best practice to avoid a long-term credentials like access keys instead of use tools which provide to short-term credentials. So SSH public also there, HTTP Git credentials also there. So right. So what are the so something like the users? Yeah, Hari user. I want a administrator access. Groups, I have a DevOps group. A security credentials, the security credentials, I need a access key, secret key. Create a access key and secret key. So access key best practices and alternatives. Avoid using the long-term credentials like access keys to improve your security. Consider the following use cases and alternatives. So command line interface, AWS CLI. You can use this access key to enable the AWS CLI to access your AWS account. You can access the AWS account through access key and secret key also. Local code, application running on the AWS compute service. Your plan use this access key to enable application code running on the AWS compute services like Amazon EC2, Amazon ECS or Lambda to access your AWS account. Third party services, application running outside the AWS, other users. We can use for the command line. So we can use for the command line. I understand and above the recommendations. Yeah. So now we can create the set the tag. No need of a tag. Tag is optional. Yeah, guys. So the access key and secret key is created. What is that, guys? Access key and secret key is created. So access key and secret keys you can show and you can download that also, guys. Download the CSV file. So this is the CSV file downloaded. So we have a access key and a secret key. So we have a access key and a secret key. So what this is a secret key. This is a access key and this is the secret key. You can use the access key and secret key for the authentication. You can use the access key and secret key for the authentication. Access key and secret key for the authentication. Guys, now you understood? Guys, understood or not? So we created a user. Which user we created? Hari user we created, and I created a DevOps group and attached the policies to the administrator. So then we can create the access key and secret key for the access key and secret key for the programmatic access for AWS CLI purpose. So we use this. Guys, understood? Guys, understood or not?
Okay.
Roles. So you can create any role and attach the policies and provide it to the groups or users. So AWS service role for support. So this is the AWS service role, but in the role we can attach the policies. You can create a role and attach the policies and give it to the get developers and provide the access. Guys, now understood? So IAM access. So you can connect the root user as a IAM user or a IAM user. Now you understood? So before we used the root user, from now onwards you can try to access from the IAM user. Try to access from the IAM. You create a user like Chaitu, Vinay, whatever it may be, Lavanya. Give the administrator access and log into the IAM user and access the services to the IAM user. Guys, understood?
Okay, bro.
Yeah. So tomorrow we will discuss about the Terraform. So we will discuss the Terraform, how to install the Terraform and how to download it and how to install. No need to install, right? We just use the binary file and we can run the Terraform. So tomorrow I will show you how to provision how to build or provision the EC2 instance via Terraform. So tomorrow I will show you guys. Okay. Tomorrow
Okay.
we'll show you. So Terraform. Mostly we'll complete it tomorrow and after tomorrow. Monday and Tuesday we'll complete the Terraform, guys. Okay. So Terraform supports multiple providers. We'll show you guys. So initializing page and resources. So we will show it to you. Okay. Yeah, guys. We'll continue from tomorrow. Any doubts, guys? Guys, any doubts?
లేదు బ్రో, ఇది కొంచెం ఎర్లీగా అప్లోడ్ చేయలేదు.
ఇప్పుడే అప్లోడ్ చేస్తాను, ప్రాక్టీస్
Okay.
చేయండి. ఓకే
ఓకే.
యా థ్యాంక్ యూ గైస్. సో ఇవి అన్ని సర్వీసెస్ కూడా మీరు సో టెరాఫామ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత EC2 టెరాఫామ్ ద్వారా చేయాలి, IAM టెరాఫామ్ ద్వారా చేయాలి, సో VPC టెరాఫామ్ ద్వారా చేయాలి, S3 టెరాఫామ్ ద్వారా చేయాలి. నేను ఏదైతే సర్వీసెస్ మాన్యువల్గా చెప్తానో ఆ ప్రతి సర్వీస్ కూడా మీరు సో ట్రూ టెరాఫామ్ ద్వారా బిల్డ్ చేయాలి. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే బ్రో. ఇప్పుడు
Yeah.
టోటల్ ఎన్ని సర్వీస్ వరకు మనం నేర్చుకుంటాం దీంట్లో?
దీంట్లో AWS నేర్చుకుంటాం, అంటే EKS నేర్చుకుంటాం, EC2 EKS RDS జస్ట్ నేను చూపిస్తాను. VPC నేర్చుకుంటాం బాగా, S3 నేర్చుకుంటాము, అంటే డెవాప్స్కి యూజ్ అయ్యే సర్వీసెస్ వరకే నేర్చుకుంటాం.
ఓకే
ఓకేనా?
ఓకే బ్రో.
ఓకే. థ్యాంక్ యూ గైస్.